Alright, so before I get to the topic at hand, which is Chapter 4, Season 5, let me first announce this. Michael Myers and Jack Skellington are set to release this week. In fact, Jack comes out tonight, and then Michael Myers tomorrow, Tuesday the 24th. So I just did a full gameplay review on Mr. Myers this morning, if you want to check that out. Likewise, yesterday I did one on Jack Skellington. But just a heads up, tonight for Jack, tomorrow for Michael. Okay, so as the title implies, we've got some news about Chapter 4, Season 5. Now, unless you've been hiding under a rock, you're probably already aware that we're going to go back to Chapter 1. However, the data miners have been a little bit all over the place in terms of what we're going to keep and what we're not going to keep. And what I mean by that is sprinting and mantling and hurdling and things like that. So first, some of the data miners came out and said, all that's going away. It's going to be just like the OG Chapter 1 map, where there's no tactical sprint, there's no sliding, there's no mantling or anything like that. But then they came back and said, just kidding. That's not what was really in the files. We were just mistaken. So who knows what to believe at this point? Well, then people started to say, well, what about zero build? If we're going back to the OG map Chapter 1, there was clearly no zero build. Does that mean they're going to get rid of it entirely? And that's what this video is about. Because if you remember on the Chapter 1 map, it wasn't very suited for a zero build. Not at all. There's some very high elevated points on the map that you can't get to without building. So how is that going to work for zero build if it's going to stick around? Well, the data miner Sheena posted this morning. They said this, sources, zero build is staying during Fortnite OG, parentheses, Chapter 4, Season 5. And then at the very bottom, they say Fortnite OG is not a confirmed name. And then they said, according to my information, Epic Games has placed zip lines throughout the Chapter 1 map to ensure that zero build is playable on the map without any problems. So that is amazing news, because I was a little scared, I'm not going to lie, that they were going to take zero build away, at least for that full season of Season 5. I mean, I wouldn't mind playing builds only for a season. It's not even a long season, it's 1 month, that's it. I wouldn't mind, but I know a lot of people would. So the fact that they're putting zip lines all over the place to compensate zero builds is amazing. I think that's an absolutely great idea. I'm still a little hesitant about the Chapter 1 map with zero build in general. Like I said, there's some very highly elevated places. Hopefully the zip lines will fix those issues, but we'll just have to wait and see. But I guess we still don't know for sure if sprinting and mantling and other advanced movement tactics, even sliding, are going to be available. Nobody has confirmed or denied that just yet. I'm going to tell you right now that most people are going to want those to be there. Trust me. I've watched some of my Chapter 1 footage and it's just so slow paced. Not being able to sprint, not being able to slide, not being able to mantle up on things. Holy smokes. I was cringing at some of the movements from back in the day. Even as far as Season X or Season 10 of Chapter 1, I was watching a clip and I tried to jump up on a ledge, and because there's no mantle, I just fell right down. Whereas in today's game, you can mantle right up. As soon as you get near that ledge, boom, you're up. So it was not good watching some of that old gameplay. But if they're going for the true nostalgic effect, maybe they won't have any of those things. I don't know. But apparently it's been 100% confirmed based on the data miners that number 1, zero build will be in Chapter 1's map. And number 2, to compensate for the high elevations at some points, there's going to be zip lines all over. Now I doubt those zip lines will be in builds, but probably just for zero build. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about this? I've seen a lot of people hating on this Chapter 1 revisiting, so to speak, and the season isn't even out yet. How can you hate on something when it's not even here? So at least this part's good, for me at least, and if you're a fan of zero build, you're going to be a fan of this as well. So there you go. I just wanted to point that out, that zero build is coming, and zip lines will be there to help it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A like is always appreciated, and don't forget to use my Support-A-Creator Code, which is tabortime.